Welcome to part 2. So everybody's had the say, haven't they, last few weeks, but what about Flex? He's plenty to say, hasn't he, on his in-house YouTube channel? Nice and cosy, that one for you, Flex, isn't it? Flex, why don't you tell everybody how 3 fighters failed dope tests on your watch in a short period of time, and how you've still got a laminate. Isn't that right, Dominic Ingle? You've still got a laminate as a trainer, manager, but 3 fighters failed dope tests on your watch. All of them said they were innocent. What were they drinking? Did they know what were in the drink? Did they put it in the whatever in the drink? Or were they cheating? We're never going to get to the bottom of it, are we? Hey, when we've got trainers, fighters failing dope tests. Conor Benz failed 2 dope tests. So let's say another 2 fighters in that gym, Tony Sims' gym, failed dope tests. So let's say they haven't failed so far, but let's say 2 more fighters from his gym, and we know what we're on about. Let's say if they fail dope tests. Could you imagine it on social media calling for Tony Sims to be gone because he's head matchroom guy? Tony'd be pulling his hair out, wouldn't he? And he's a quiet bloke, isn't he? But if 2 more fighters from his gym fail dope tests, we'd be screaming blue murder. I don't see anybody saying no about Flex, eh? Why ain't anybody saying anything about Flex? What if Flex has 1 more failure? What then? Will we be screaming? Will anything happen? No, because Flex will just go in front of the board and say, I can't be responsible for what a fighter does when he's outside my control, jurisdiction or whatever, all that shit! That's what would happen. That's what would happen. But anyway, we'll park that up for the moment, because I've got a Flex special coming out soon, and you're going to love this one, Flex. You will love it when it comes out. Let's get back to Dylan White. Oh, Dylan White. Now, if you go onto Hatman's channel, apparently the word is, according to Chisora and all this other nonsense, and is it just for clicks or what, but they're saying that he's saying that Eddie Hearn's contaminated his test or whatever. I don't believe that for 1 minute, but if you go back on my video when he first got done, White, I said, what happens with a boxer, right, when they get done? First they're angry, then they're upset, then they look for somebody to blame. You know what I mean? And that's what's happened, isn't it, really, with Dylan, if that is true. Allegedly said that, but we're going on people's words. They're like David A and Derek Chisora. Would their words stand up in a court of law, them two? Would it? Fuck. Nobody believes them. David A's on outside looking in, his career's over. What's he going to do for a few quid? He's got to brass himself off in Saudi now, hasn't he, David A? He's out there all the time, he's got to brass himself off in Saudi. Right, he's got to hope that that sponsor that's got him up in that hotel is going to keep him there much longer. I've heard they're not gonna. Right. So what's he going to do for dough? Hey, how's he going to get by? He can't fight no more. So he's got to cling on to this misfits crowd, hasn't he? And try and haul himself about, or hang about with rich playboys like that Joe Fournier. You ain't got a pot to piss in. Every company he's ever had is popped. Billionaire? Do me a favour. If he were a billionaire, he wouldn't be messing about with boxing, would he? He'd be over the Eddie Hills and far away, wouldn't he? Come on. People wake up. Wake up. The biggest problem in boxing at the moment, there's 2 problems. The media, because they don't know what they're doing, and they're all in everybody's pockets. They're all starstruck. Media are starstruck. Yeah, that's right, the media is starstruck. You saw Simon Jordan, didn't you, in Bricktop's company. They're all fawning over him. It's got to be a level playing field. Look, I don't like Eddie Hearn or Eddie Hills and Bricktop any more than anybody else does. But it's got to be a level playing field. Got to be a level playing field. You can't just keep going after Eddie and not the other one. Because a pair of them couldn't lie straight in bed, could they? You wouldn't believe any of them. Even when they get beat in court, when they're sued and all that, they still spin it on platforms that they won, or that it worked out alright for them. Listen, when Don King took Bricktop to cleaners for 7.2 million, I saw an interview on IFL at Bitback and he were going on about how it worked out alright for him. No it didn't, 7.2 million plus costs. Get a grape, you were roaring! Bricktop, you were in bits. But Don King put a charge, didn't he, on his house and that, so he had to pay. That's what happens. Joe Calzaghe didn't, did he? Took bad advice. If you're going to sue somebody, before you serve papers on them, make sure you put a charge on their house if they've got assets. Rule number one when you're suing somebody. That's why Bricktop doesn't have note in his name. Go into newspapers and you'll see. When that builder sued him, he sued his missus, didn't he? Didn't sue Bricktop, did he? 'Cause it's not in his name. He said don't talk about fighters getting paid on time and you've never ripped anybody off. Do me a favour, Bricktop. You never ripped anybody off. What about Bill Ives? We'll come to that one in a few weeks. The Bill Ives situation. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You might bite on that one, Bricktop, but it's all true. All true, mate. Let me just say something to you here, Bricktop. Don't be getting your stupid brother ringing up my sponsors telling tales. I don't take kindly to that. Alright? Just so you know. Alright? We don't all live in cow fields up here, you know. Hey? You lot down there paying £8 a pint, good luck to yous. We pay £2 up here. Alright? Look down on us, don't you, up north? Well, let me tell you this. We've got more knackers and more resolve and morals than any of you lot. You lot are dealing in cattle and getting kids smashed up. Not even paying them on time. Hey? Hey? Unbelievable. You know what you are, Bricktop? You're a disease. You know who's the cure is? Me. I'm the cure. But on the whole, I hope that you can get these fights on, Bricktop. But you're not going to do, are you? You're not going to get these fights on. You're just talking a good game. What have you put on in 13 years? 12 fights with Matchroom. And I think so many of them were mandatory ones, weren't they? It's that bad. Dylan White didn't even want to help you on Tyson Fury one. But what have we got now? We've got Dylan White telling Fabio Wardley to go on Queensberry with his fight with David Adelaide. We're all jumping ship now. I bet Bricktop's lapping his nuts off because Dylan White, well, he's had to cross the street now, hasn't he? There's only 2 games in town in boxing, isn't there really? There's 2 games in town. Matchroom and Queensberry. Dylan White's burnt his bridges now with Matchroom, if the rumours are true. So he's going to cross the road to Queensberry now, but he ain't going to get no favours from them. And can you imagine him having to go over there to work with them? Old Dylan White, Dylan shite. Dylan, if you have to work with them now, do you know what you are? A brass. See how they brass themselves? Look at Derek Chisora. He's been round every promoter, hasn't he? Slagged every single one of them off. A brass. But fronted it out because I was going to tell him he's an heavyweight boxer, and quite rightly so. If he wants to say what he says about Eddie Hearn and IFL, good luck to him. But let's have it right, it's all orchestrated, isn't it? You know, behind the scenes when they're in hotel lift going up to penthouses, they're all high-fiving each other, laughing the nuts off. Look at these mugs here, Eddie, they all think that we've got intense beef. There ain't no intense beef. If there were, people would be getting scutched at shows, wouldn't they? It's all pantomime and WWE. And people actually buy into it. They actually buy into it. It's unbelievable. Absolutely unreal. We've got Bricktop there going in that Simon Jordan interview saying that Eddie and his dad are like gangsters. No, they're not gangsters. They've never done a day in jail in their life. If they had to do, they'd cry. They'd wet their knickers just like Bricktop would. They wouldn't be able to do it. Some people can't do it. They wouldn't be able to do it. It'd be a fall from grace for them. They'd be like Max Clifford, wouldn't they? Crying on wing. And he sat in cell all day roaring. That's what it'd be like. It'd be one of them jobs. A Max Clifford job, crying their eyeballs out. Couldn't do a day, them lot. They pissed their pants. But hey ho, let's see what today brings, the weigh-in. I wonder what Robert Hilarious is going to weigh today. Is he going to weigh any more than his last fight a week ago? I bet he is. But I don't see it going further than 1 round. And Joshua was saying I can only beat who's in front of me, and we were lucky to get show on, and it's not pay-per-view. I've took a big hit in money, 200 million in bank, and I've had to drop a few mil. They don't care for boxing fans. They don't care for boxing fans, do they? What do you reckon? What do you reckon, chaps? Do they care for boxing fans? Rocky? Mikus, Mikus, come here, Mikus. Ah, Mikus. Hey! What are you doing? Hey! You're getting nasty this morning, you Rocky, in your old age. You're turning into Bricktop, the exploding man. Who has to go in a sauna after every interview because he's that revved up, aren't you, Bricktop? Hey, I had to laugh because that shoulder roll's been working overtime, hasn't it, lately? The Champions League shoulder roll. Champions League shoulder roll, that innit? It makes Archie Moore look tame, don't you, Frank? Pop, pop, bang! Anyway, good luck with that. Good luck with Tyson Fury, Bricktop. Good luck with that Ngannou one. Man's never had a fight in his life. Never had a fight in his life, but hey ho. Boxing is booming, they tell me. Fury Ngannou, no belt on line. Chris Eubank, beefy. No belt on line. Pay-per-views. And then this weekend, not on pay-per-view, but we've got a guy who you won't even have as a move around. Not even a sparring partner for an English level guy. You won't get a sparring job. Fabio Wardley light him up, Dave Allen, all them guys. But yeah, it's on at O2. Anyway, peace out. We'll catch you later when I get to office. Pop, pop, bang.